What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiance. This one right here is the tell-all part 2 of season 9. And with that being said, let's give a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel, every single person that is a member of Patreon, where we will be dropping 90-day fiance UK latest episode 7. And also let's give a shout out to every single person that is a subscriber. Now with that being said, let's get into this one. Let's get it.
You talking about your brother's girl right now? Come on, you feel me, bro? You feel me? This is gonna be. Look at that. Look at your brother. He's happy. He's happy. He's gonna be a great father. Ace is gonna be a great father. You lonely at home drinking 6-packs of beer, playing video games. Chill.
That's not lonely.
Don't dim his light. Video games. He's dimming lights because his light ain't lit. You know what I mean? Chill out, bro.
So I want to ask Patrick about the perception that Jabri has of John and how accurate it is.
No, I don't think John's lonely. You know, I think he gives us our space for the most part. He's not too much involved in what we do.
She would say otherwise. Thais, do you think John is too involved?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I think he'll always want to hear advice from John and share our life with John, our problems, our privacy.
Well, yeah, I mean, John being my brother is someone that I talk to about our relationship. You know, like we're family.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's part of life. You know, but I try to be nice and cordial. But then again, you know, I fight back too. Like, I'm very combative, like Spackles over here. You know, I'm not going to just sit here and not say nothing, you know? It's not in my nature.
Patrick, since you have been taking this kind of hands-off approach with them arguing back and forth, who do you see as most at fault?
John. Yeah.
Shut up.
I mean, that's kind of an easy one. Like, there's definitely no filter. There's more combativeness, and you know, like, it's not good when you're trying to build a relationship with someone.
Not gonna lie, man, I'm actually very surprised that Paddy boy actually was honest and said this is his brother, to be honest with you, man. That's a big step and a good one too, so shout out to him from that one. But let's get into it.
All right. Patrick and Thais, you have taken some big steps forward in your relationship. We hope you continue on that path. Okay, I think we need a break.
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
So, dude, that's a guy who gets a little, his panties in a bunch, you know, he likes to spit stuff, but he can't take stuff back, you know, that type of thing. Some people soft, bro. I don't know what Spackles thinks, so I'm with my right hand and getting back up. I'm gonna drop Spackles right on the ground.
I'm not gonna lie, man, I wouldn't mind seeing Sparkles. I condone no violence.
Yeah, I feel bad for Thais. I mean, I like her a lot. I like Thais, I like Patrick. I think they're good people. I think John's a dickhead. I don't want to go back in there with that dude. I don't like that dude. He pissed me off.
How old are you now?
39.
39.
Just turned 39 yesterday.
Oh.
Come there. Yeah. I'm sorry. So I need my shades. I left them upstairs.
So you just go door to door and sell them? That's your spiel. Like when someone opens the door, what do you say?
Hey, I'm Pat.
Hey, I'm Pat.
I mean, typically, you actually do it, or do you have other people? Because you're a supervisor, right? I've done it where I do it, and then I have a team of guys that do it. Gotcha.
I gotta get you back upstairs. I don't want to go upstairs with you. No, I don't want to film it with you, bro. Okay. So if we're gonna go upstairs, we'll go upstairs, but I don't want this dude up there. Okay, Spackles. No problem. I'm gonna knock him out if you bring him up there. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's not how that story ends. No, I can tell you that's not how that story ends. Throw off this whole, bro. Throw off what? Everything. You not. Are you crying? No, I ain't crying. I don't want it to escalate to that point. You know what I mean?
We're all invited here, including.
I just don't want to get into it with him. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna bring it, bro, you gotta take it. You know what I'm saying? Then you gonna be the one taking a lot. I don't think so. You're taking a lot of energy from your people, and I don't like to see that. Well, listen, it's not about you. So, okay, chilling. So, I know you think it's about you. I know you think it's about you. You ain't gonna remove nothing, bro. You ain't gonna remove nothing. Trust me. I've seen you in action with your boyfriend. I'm not scared, bro.
This is all down to my mood. Let's just go out there and have a good time. I didn't hear what you said.
I've seen you in action with your boyfriend. I'm done. I'm out. Oi! You heard the subliminal. Hey, he's talking about David, the hugging and thing. I see you in action with your boyfriend. Yo, this tell-all is actually lit. I'm gonna lie to you, man. This is better than I expected. But then again, John is definitely making it freaking amazing. But let's get into it.
Try this down?
No.
And that's all respect to you, Patrick. That's all respect to you. Sometimes you need a little snack, you know? It's all respect to you. I just don't this dude. I don't care who you with Spackles.
I still want to talk to John. I really do.
You got a crush on John?
I don't have a crush on him. I want to pick his brain now.
Okay.
Let's search him out. John.
Hello. Very nice to meet you guys.
You too, Kenny.
John, Tim, nice to meet you, man.
Tim and Kenny, all right.
Yeah.
You guys.
Kenny here. Or Kenny and Tim.
Kenny and Top. We were wondering, that's your first towel, right? So were you surprised that out of all of them, the Paisley Pastel Cowboy is the one that went for you?
Paisley Cowboy with Spackles?
Yeah.
Well, I gotta be honest. He right off. He's like,
It came for him.
He did. I came out and he's like this. He's already drunk, 6-pack or something like this. Well, for the first time I haven't had a beer. I woke up at 8.
We were wondering, he might be drunk.
No, I woke up at 6:50.
This is his personality.
This is normal, John. Yeah. So then he started with that. So then I gave it back. And then you can tell he couldn't take it. He can't take it.
For me, when I told my brother that I was going to Colombia to meet a girl, you must be saying the same thing that my friends and family thought. Like, you're a little skeptical. Like, what's she really looking for?
Well, at first I was, and then I got to see her interaction with him. And, when I talked to my sister, of course they're asking me because I live with them. They're like, does she actually love him? And I'm like, you know what, she does. We might not be getting along, but I can tell she loves him. And, the fact that he was going to Brazil every 6 weeks. So, and you're talking about for like a year and a half. That's a lot. So anybody that puts that into it, you gotta sit there and be like, all right, and then give her the chance, give her the benefit of the doubt, even though we don't get along.
Well, I don't drink, but I would have a beer with this dude.
See, there we go.
So
I want one now.
Oh God, yeah.
It was super meeting.
Very nice meeting you guys.
Yes, man. Hey, it's refreshing for your honesty, man. And I will never forget Sparkles. Never forget.
That was perfect.
You know what though, man? I can't believe I'm saying this, but you know what? Big respect to John, man. I mean, listen, I like the fact that, he's holding himself accountable for his actions in the past, when it's obviously come to how he's treated Thais to a certain degree, but I like the fact that he says he recognizes that they do both love each other, and that is the key thing, because, he questioned it a lot, and now the fact that he's saying that I see it, brilliant stuff. But let's get into it.
Before we dive back in, Jabri, what went on during that break?
I don't like how that dude was talking to Thais, and man, that's crazy to me.
At least someone say something.
But it's okay for you to talk to Ari the way you spoke to her, right? Okay, I'm very contradicted you. Yeah.
When I see people like how John was treating them, that brings me back to where I was at in South Dakota, where, kids were bullying me and making fun of me for being different or being out there saying disrespectful stuff. That's some trailer trash. That's what we call it in America. So that gets under my skin when I see people belligerent, but not only belligerent, just disrespectful to people.
Patrick, does it not bother you to hear someone call your brother trailer trash?
That is a good question. Good question. Come on.
They from the trailer park. He from the trailer. But look what his brother's doing. Taking care of being a man. You know what I'm saying?
Pay for everything.
Keep doing all that. And he gonna sit here drinking beers at his house, making fun of and belittling him. I don't care if that's your brother, your dad, your sister, your mom. If somebody's toxic in your life, you are removed from my life. I'm benching you. When you do the work and you get better, maybe I'll bring you back into my starting five. But right now you're benched. Email me.
Coming up.
I am taken back by the fact that Patrick is sitting there saying nothing. Patrick is always preaching about we're families, my brother, we're families, my brother, we're families, my brother's my family. So why are you not standing up for your brother? Maybe Jabri's speaking some whole truths that Patrick is aware of, but he doesn't know how to go about it. Maybe that's the case. But either way, though, when it came to Thais standing up for herself and talking about how she wanted John at the house, you was more than happy to defend your brother. But now Jabri's saying you don't want to defend your brother. No, why? Patrick, where's the energy at?
You are removed from my life. I'm benching you. When you do the work and you get better, maybe I'll bring you back into my starting five. But right now you're benched. Email me. I'm gonna stand up for it. When I see that, it does make me mad. Like, if you're gonna be a bully, well, let me bully you and see how it feels.
Thais, would you say you admire Jabri for standing up to John?
Yeah, because Patrick never say anything. Like, bro, say.
I just want to say that Thais looks quite similar to Miona. And Jabri said he likes the Thais a lot. And then he said, and Patrick. Just putting it out there. Just saying. Look at the
I mean, there's nothing to stand up to. Like, he can go ahead and talk all he wants to talk. It doesn't really make a difference.
Patrick is a person I should be blaming here right now because she should have stood up for your wife. Man, she wants you to be more for her.
Oh, no, I'm getting annoyed. When Jabri was laying in on Ari, none of you mandem stepped up to tell Binny to step up for his woman. None of you did. Jabri wasn't being fair to her. Did any of you step up? Oh, but now one person wants to say step up all of a sudden. And also when John was there, did any of you say anything then? Oh, but John's not there anymore, right? So you're now going to say something. Nah. Let's not do this. Let's not do it. If you're not giving the same energy to everybody, then don't say anything at all. Mooks. Anyway, let's continue.
I don't know, I feel like I'm handling my own, like, the best I can. And it is awkward, like, my older brother's been my older brother my whole life. Like, it's weird to be in this position now where it's like, you can't punk your mom, you didn't do it yet. Like,
yeah, but my mom put in a lot of work, you know what I mean?
My older brother did too, because I didn't have my dad. It's the same way. It's like, you can't just, like go right for the throat. There's, like, a way to do it, and, like, that's what we're getting at.
But do you think your way is effective? Because it seems like Thais is still hurting.
I don't know, it's the best I can do. I mean, I'm trying.
I just don't like that people think that they can say things to people without repercussions. That pisses me off.
And at the beginning of our conversation, you had this exchange with Ari.
Yeah, if you don't like people bullying others, like you were bullying me before.
Freaking hell, Sean Robertson, you actually done your job. Yes. Now let's get into it. Come on now, don't mess up back.
Like, you're picking on our relationship. Like, you don't always see all the other things that go on, so like that could be hurtful what you said.
I wasn't trying to pick on you. I was trying to say, hey, he's got a lot of potential. You should uplift him. That's what couples do. But when old boy right there was talking about we're gonna go hookers and blah blah blah, that's not a good role model.
All right, this is one issue that will not get solved tonight. Let's move on to Emily and Kobe, who didn't just get married, and they also welcomed their second child together. Yeah. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations. Okay, I want to get some updates. How is baby Scarlett?
Oh my gosh, she's so good. She's so beautiful. She's like her brother. She's getting quite the personality.
Well, you actually brought us some home video of Scarlett, including footage of the birth. Let's take a look at that exclusive video.
Oh, that's so sweet.
She is just adorable.
I'm not gonna lie, man. You can happily call me out for this. I legit thought Emily was still pregnant. Just saying. But anyway, congratulations.
Is that watching that get you emotional again?
Yeah. I just really love my family. Like, I love the life that we've built, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like obviously happy tears. Like, I want to make all the babies with him. Like, we want to like, you know, and he like missed so much of COVID. You know, like he wasn't over the birth, and like so like when Scarlett was born, it was just like really special. You know.
Tara, you're crying.
Yeah,
Why are you crying?
because that'll be us soon.
Oh.
Like the pushing and it's like I'm watching my life happen.
So, Kobe, what was it like for you in the delivery room?
I don't like blood, honestly. It's not really my thing.
Did you watch from this angle or that angle?
No, he was.
I saw everything.
Yeah, you saw everything.
Gosh, that was a lot.
So Emily, you freeze-dried the placenta.
Yeah, so I got my placenta encapsulated.
Okay.
So there's this company in California that I overnight it to. They like dehydrate it. They put like turmeric and ginger in it, and then they grind it up and put it in like pills. Because, you know, essentially when you are pregnant, you have a placenta that your body just magically makes. It's incredible. And it takes all your hormones. So then after you have the baby, it literally strips you from all of those hormones, and your body like goes into shock basically. And so when you encapsulate it, you're just slowly putting those hormones like back into your body.
Do you feel it helped?
100%. No anxiety. I lost my baby from her in like 2 weeks. I didn't have any struggles breastfeeding her. Like, I tell all of my friends who are pregnant, I'm like, do it. It is amazing.
Wow. Okay, Kara, what do you think about that? Might you try that? Something like that?
Yeah, I would definitely. I plan on doing it. I've heard of people actually like keeping it and like cooking it themselves and eating it. Like, that's a little too far for me. I think encapsulating it and just taking a pill. That's fine.
Guillermo, no.
With all the respect for my wife, we ain't gonna cook that.
All right, knowing that, I just gotta ask, what does raising 2 kids do to intimacy? What is the sex life like?
So, well, babe,
I mean, we haven't had sex in a long time.
What's a long time?
2 weeks.
What, 2 weeks?
Really?
No, it's been more than a month we haven't had sex.
More than a month?
Yeah.
More than a month.
More than 1 month.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you have kids.
we're making time for it. Well, we're going to.
And people wonder why I don't want kids.
Okay, so there was 0 intimacy after Scarlett.
We've had sex since she's been born.
I can say we've had sex about 4 or 5 times since Scarlett was born.
Okay, that's fair, yeah.
It's because of me, because I don't want to take any chances right now.
Yeah.
I think you need to talk to Bilal because he knows how to not get a woman pregnant. So he can probably give you some notes, okay? He looks real confident over there. He could do it really good.
So I know what you mean.
That was some shade Shida just threw at you, Bilal.
She's Queen Shade.
Oh my God. Okay, has anybody else's sex life cooled? Tyson Patrick?
Oh, yeah, it's gone up.
It's better now.
It's better now?
Better now.
Yeah,
Better now?
Yeah, it's
Better now that you're pregnant?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kara?
Yes.
Would you say that?
Best now?
Yes.
It's insane.
Interesting. Okay. Bilal and Shida?
Bilal likes to practice,
We're blessed.
Yes.
but he doesn't. I think after practicing, something should, like you want to see something. You know?
Right.
We've been apart for so long. I'm like, let's enjoy each other for a little bit. Yeah, how long is a little bit?
Because, 2
too
years.
long.
That's long.
And have 2 years?
I'm 37, by the way. You know that, right?
You should remember, the time, you don't control time.
Yeah.
Well, you never know how long after you really start trying it'll take.
Thank you.
My friend tried for years and years and years. And
You
never-
better start trying now.
We don't see eye to eye when it comes to this. He knows that. This is a very sensitive topic because he sees it one way and I see it a whole different way.
Coming up, please welcome Eve's friend.
So basically, Bilal and Shida are still having the same conversation.
Having a baby, life stops.
No, I don't think that. You're taking the context that I'm saying differently. What I am saying is, when you do have children, the reality is that it'll...
No, that's what I said to him.
When we first started
He holds
talking...
that against me because I say that.
When we first started talking, she mentioned she didn't want to have children. I actually convinced her to have children because I do want more children. You know, but...
Is that true? He convinced you to have children?
It didn't happen like that whatsoever. It didn't happen like he
Whatsoever?
convinced me because if he convinced me, it would have been easy for him, you know? He didn't convince me. Bilal doesn't want kids right now at all.
We're not talking about right now. We're just talking about children.
He didn't convince me.
Okay, all right, you're right.
All right. Right now, I want to move back to Emily and Kobe. Well, Kobe couldn't have been happier year when he arrived in the United States. Not only did he finally see his fiancée after being apart for so long, but he was all set to meet his son for the very first time. However, Emily had other plans for their first day together. Take a look.
Now that I'm in America, I'm finally going to meet my son, Coben, which is something I've been looking for like 2 years.
So I was thinking maybe we could just like have one night together, you know, because I wanted to see Coben, obviously. I don't want to take away from that, but would you be okay if maybe we had a date night and stay the night somewhere?
I thought we were going to meet him today.
I know, but don't you want to have like one date night with me, babe?
You know, I want to meet Coben so badly. I can't wait.
Yeah.
How is this possible? I felt like she was being selfish. I want to see my son. Please.
I'm not trying to take away that moment of you and Coben. I was just thinking like it's, you know, our only opportunity.
Oh, Emily, there was a lot of reaction to your plan to keep Kobe to yourself the first night he arrived in America. One viewer from Twitter wrote, if this situation were reversed, people would be outraged. You have never met your son before, but I'm going to talk you into sex before you can see him. This is gross. What do you say to those folks who were just appalled by your plan?
8 months, 5 times. Okay. I mean, I would have brought Coben to the airport, but COVID was a very big thing. So I was like, he's not going to come. It was a long day. I didn't want to get back, and Coben's like ready for bed and not excited to see his dad. You know, like I haven't seen him in 17 months. Like, let's just have one night. And, you know, I obviously looked very different from when he met me. And like, I was nervous about that.
I felt bad that she planned that and she didn't even tell me before leaving Cameroon. So if she had told me, I would have prepared my mind psychologically. Like I was going to meet Coben because, I mean, this is blood, you know?
Like, and I've apologized that, like, I should have said beforehand, like, is it okay? Or, like, do you want to do this first? Like, let's have one night. Because we are staying with my parents, you know?
I was surprised.
Were you surprised?
Yeah. What made you say this is our only opportunity?
Once he was with Coben, I didn't want to take him away from Coben. Like, I wanted him to, like, be with him. So.
And imagine man trying to, like...
Yeah.
And 17 months. Like, I understand.
Yeah.
So I was like 2 years.
A long time. A long time.
I wasn't a fan at first when I saw that. But now hearing you like explain it, like now I'm kind of like, okay, yeah, like it makes sense.
All right.
I mean, to be fair, it does make sense to a certain degree, but damn, you should at least told the man before he arrived. You know what I mean? Let him know, not do it on as he arrives. You know, but okay, whatever.
We're going to hear more from Emily and Kobe a little later. But speaking of women who own their sexuality, let's move on to Eve and her squad. The squad was pretty critical of Mohamed and vice versa. Let's watch.
So thanks for coming. How was the travel?
It was very long.
It was very long.
My first impression about Eve's friends, that they are weird. I felt that they are trying to see how I will react because I'm Muslim. So they, in purpose, to show more of their boobs, and I don't need to see that.
So we have some questions for you. Is it okay if we...
Take it easy. Putting you in the hot seat, Mohamed.
You can ask me anything you want.
Have you ever been intimate with any other women? Like have sex with any other women? No? You never like made out or like...
No.
You never kissed another woman until Eve?
Yes.
How did you know what to do then if you've never... No, really, like, have you ever watched porn?
In Egypt, no one never will ask these kind of questions. She's sitting, talking about sex, talking about, are you watching porno or not? I don't want to be here.
Like, is this freaking you out?
Not a lot of it going on.
They were judging me the entire time. And that's just showing how stupid they are, you know?
Okay, we would like to bring out a member of the squad to get her take on Eve and Mohamed's situation. Please welcome Tatiana.
I just really hope that we can clear the air and we can either talk about it and move on, or we can talk about it and just leave it there and part ways if that's the case.
Welcome.
Hello. Get over it.
Okay, so, Tatiana, what did you think about those things Mohamed said about you and your girlfriends? He called you guys weird, said you were stupid, had your boobs hanging out. What did you think?
Well, that he has his opinion and we have ours.
Do you think this kind of conversation is normal in any culture?
Because I will answer your question. Thank you. I think that this whole situation is unorthodox, so you are going to have unusual conversations.
It's not normal in American culture. I have so many American friends right now. All of them told me that's not our culture. We're not talking to people like that.
In this crowd, we do talk about sex. We're very open and empowered, and we don't see a problem with either sex talking about it.
You can talk about sex as much as you want.
Right, but you're asking a question as far as why. So if you'd like me to answer, I would suggest you listen to the rest of the answer before over talking me. Because if you just want to talk, you can talk by yourself. Go ahead.
Like, this is my sexual private life. It's not anybody's business. You can talk about sex till tomorrow.
Me and my friends are not just some vulgar women that go up to conservative men and start asking about their sex life. The way that we all met is through studying Tantra, which I know some people can reduce it as just sex and it be a situation, but it's not that. We don't see sex as taboo or something as uncomfortable, but I do understand that there's cultures that find that very sacred and uphold it in a different way.
Do you think it was like a big shock for you, like to see that she's, you know, ended up with someone who isn't open and so conservative? Maybe that was a shock for you.
Well, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, in our group of people, we didn't mean it as a bad thing. And I think we can all just, we're all learning from this.
You went over there to know me because you don't know who I am. Did you know me when you figured out that I'm good in bed?
Did you know us? Wait, what?
Did you know me after you figured out that I'm good in bed?
Yeah, we know a little bit more, and we tried to understand the draw of this whole situation that we got going on.
I didn't expect Mohamed to say that.
Yeah, me neither. I definitely expressed to him in the future, if anything makes you uncomfortable because it's so different culturally, please, you know, just say, like, hey, you know, that's not acceptable to talk about my culture. Like, can we talk about that? You know, I didn't even know that Mohamed was a virgin until after the fact. I assumed because he had a girlfriend.
You didn't know Mohamed was a virgin until after when? That
after we consummated our relationship. Like, I just assumed he had a girlfriend in college. I just assumed because in our culture, it's kind of normal that people have premarital sex.
You and your friends understood. I feel like you planned that. You had like, no, we're gonna get Mohamed today. Like, he's not really familiar with this topic.
This is the first meeting with them.
I feel so bad. Like, he didn't have anybody like
from being like outsider, like watching it. You know,
right.
was
No,
just
and I understand that, and that's a dynamic that I can't explain to other people. You had every opportunity. We even came up to you and said, "Hey, everything good?" So whatever you have to say in this anger that's coming out, you had a chance to speak it. You had a chance to resolve it, and now you're coming at me very, like, honestly, really aggressively. And I don't know what you're expecting to get from that, but that's also not what I came here to do as well.
Like, you didn't understand or felt that I am feeling
I just said that I did. So what are you needing from me so you feel better about it?
I didn't know that you were uncomfortable.
Right now, I don't need anything
Okay,
from
then
you,
well, then
but I expected from Eve to say anything, but she didn't, because I don't think any woman will accept this question to be asked to her husband from her friends as well.
Every time that we've talked is just to see, hey, are you really about Eve? Are you really about Eve? And is this what you really want? Because there's a lot of stuff here that is not going to make it easy.
Do you think it's genuine love, though?
Well, I just want to ask if any of the other couples, if their person had ever asked them that, or ever told them that they would get another sponsor.
And now it gets interesting. And that is a freaking good question. Let's get it.
Ask if any of the other couples, if their person had ever asked them that, or ever told them that they would get another sponsor.
That's just communication error. This is your best friend, right? So I don't know, but just from the outside looking in, I'm team Eve and Mohamed, man. I think this is genuine love. Don't worry about all the religion, the differences, all that. I believe in you guys. I see true love.
Thank you.
Okay, now Tatiana, when you heard that Mohamed was inquiring about getting another sponsor,
Well, it wasn't an inquiry. It was said, and Dribby's right. It was said in anger, but as...
Okay, let's play the clip right now. We can see it for ourselves.
I don't understand what. Babe, why are you sending me this? You're saying if I don't get the paperwork done, you're gonna look another sponsor.
I'm trying to figure it out. If it's possible.
You can't do that, babe. I'm your sponsor. I'm your petitioner. You can't just like come to this country and get another sponsor. Like, we have to get married first before the paperwork can even be turned in.
So let's get married.
We are. Hello.
You promised me to once I arrive.
I never said that. I never said that. And I don't want to go to the house and just have like, that's not special to me. I want to have a wedding. You know,
this stuff, I don't care about it.
That's messed up. Everything's on me. If you
tell you that getting married legally doesn't have anything to do with having a wedding.
It has to do with I would like
because
something
that's
special.
Selfish.
No, it's you're selfish. I've done a lot for you, so it's just not cool because it's
I don't need to hear from you every single day that you help me and you help me with my family. You like to talk about yourself a lot, Eve.
Excuse me?
Excuse me? What?
Whatever.
Now that doesn't sound like a language barrier.
No, we've had that conversation.
Yeah, it's still hurtful. Yeah, no, that's still hurtful. I get it, but it's still hurtful.
But my question is why?
To get my papers in.
And I understand, right? But it was like, it seemed like it was more of a thing of impatience.
For me, coming across America and not being able to work and starting from scratch is a lot of pressure, and you do become impatient, even for us. How many times I sound just like Mohamed?
Oh, you said the same stuff. I'm going back trending. Yeah.
Yeah, do you know how it is to feel to be working 6 days per week and then stop?
Yeah.
I feel you. I was doing the same.
But you know how hard it is to be really trying to make something work and bringing someone from another country and doing the best you can to have someone tell you you're not moving fast enough?
When you are in a frustration, you can say things that maybe you don't mean it 100%. You're frustrated.
Did you do the paperwork or did she do the paperwork, though?
She did the paperwork.
She's hustling, though. You know how hard that paperwork is?
I know.
So you work and send me to then do the paperwork. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot.
It's a lot of paperwork. Y'all put it on the Americans like, come on, give me my...
Hurry up.
Hurry up, I gotta work.
I think that Mohamed's ego is really going through it, coming to America and being...
You think Mohamed has a big ego?
I wouldn't say it's a big ego. I just think he's having trouble trying to fight himself. You know, I think the thing is, though, Sean, is like at the end of the day, yeah, we did definitely vet him because we just wanted to make sure that he was okay.
You know, I love these women. They're like my soul sisters. They mean a lot to me, and I love them so much. And you know, I love him too. And I want us to be able to hang out again and like, you know, start on a new page and things like that. You know, so like he can understand like that these are beautiful people.
Tatiana, the thing is, I do appreciate and respect your relationship with Eve, and I thank you that you're being supportive to her even before I arrived to America. But the thing is, this conversation not going to help you to know who I am. I expected other kind of questions, you know? Other than that, I have no problem with you. We can, hey, like, shake hands.
Well, all right.
You got this, bro. Come on.
sharing your thoughts. You can see how much love.
It's crazy because this is exactly what I alluded to yesterday when I made my video about Eva MOHAMED, in case you haven't seen it. You know, obviously I spoke about obviously how MOHAMED has the ability to compromise for the greater good, but Eve did not have the ability to compromise for the greater good because she was so stuck in her ways, and so were her friends. But at the end of the day, actually, I didn't say that about her friends, but I'm going to add that now anyway. But to see, obviously, again, he's now gone for the compromise. But like I said before with MOHAMED, it's a matter of where whenever he said certain things, I just believe he was just misunderstood because he didn't know how to really word them, because he's a very direct person and things come out very incorrectly. And that was one of the biggest issues with Eve and MOHAMED, and still is, the communication, because of the misunderstanding. But Eve had known him for a long time. She should have known how to understand him, but she was too focused on having her own agendas of wanting to have this perfect wedding. But at the end of the day, this is another example to show that MOHAMED has the ability to compromise for the greater good. So I'm happy he did it because he backs up my video even more. And if you haven't seen that video yet, go check it out. Come on now.
I want to check in with Ariella and Biniam. We first met them a few years ago when Ari took a trip the other way and went to Ethiopia to live with Benny. After a lot of ups and downs, they decided that their best hope for a happy life together would be to move to the United States. Let's find out how life is treating them. Gotta ask about little Avi. How's he doing?
He's awesome.
Does he have more of your personality or Benny's?
I think both. He's moody like me, but
Benny, what do you think?
I think he's just like me. He's very athletic. Like, he's dancer. He's doing taekwondo. He's doing circus. I'm proud of him.
Very cute. Very cute. Switching gears from Avi, Benny, I understand you've been spending some time out in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
tell us about that.
Yeah, Vegas was just very crazy. I like it because that's what I have to be for my dream for MMA. The other thing, like, I have so many people in the Ethiopian community. I feel like home. I feel better, like, around there.
I mean, of course, Vinny's gonna love Las Vegas. That's Vinny in the city. Like, it's bright and flashy and noisy and parties, and I don't really like it. And he likes all that stuff.
He's a grown man. He should be able to choose where he want to live, you know?
That's true. But then do I have to go with him?
No.
Jabri, this is your dream that we break up.
No, I don't want y'all to break up. I just want you to be more
You said
supportive.
they wouldn't last.
They're not gonna last. You know too.
You know, Jabri, do you have a kid with Miona? You don't, do you? So do you know what the responsibility is here for when you have a child? Oh wait, you don't, do you? Okay, so when you become a parent, maybe you can chime in and have a freaking word, because here's the problem that I have right here with Jabri's annoying attitude. Ari has been with their son throughout the whole relation. Even when she went back, obviously when they were there together, obviously they were both there, whatever. Then obviously she came to the US, she obviously had to set her shop by herself. Finally, obviously, you know, she goes back to Ethiopia, and then obviously she brings Benny back to the US. The matter of fact is, when they first came to the US, the very first thing was that Ari's parents had an apartment ready for them. Ari was stressing about the finances of why, because she needed to make sure that they were able to pay the bills, because she can work, but Benny couldn't work. Okay, these are things that people are forgetting right now, especially people like Jabri, idiotic self. So at the end of the day, but then the first thing that he wants to do with Benny is he wants to take a trip to New York. He wants to be a fighter, but is he working? No. So therefore, he's not bringing any money to the table, and he's living off of who? He's living off of Ari and her parents. Okay? Same as Kobe had. Two differences. Kobe's obviously now in a position where he's actually working, and he knew his priorities was going to be with his woman and his child. The priorities wasn't going to be for him to live the American dream. Benny now is living this fantasy of living the American dream, even though it puts Ari in more and more of a difficult situation, because she's going to be financially stressed out unless Benny becomes realistic. The realism is him actually getting a job, supporting the family, and then any extra money he has, then using that for the MMA training. He's not doing that. You're telling me that now he's all the way in Vegas. So who's at home looking after his kid? Who's at home paying for the kid? That's Ari, right? So how is that fair on Ari? And I don't know why Ari isn't even voicing this, to be fair. But then again, these guys on most of the show, they don't really ever voice anything that needs to be voiced, to be honest with you. But that's the other thing that we have to put out here. That's why Jabri can keep talking, or he's talking about not supporting his dream. This isn't about not supporting his dream. This is about the fact that they've got a kid. And financially, they've always been in a very difficult situation. And Ari's parents have been the one to bail them out, has been the one to support them. And this is where I can give big credit to Kobe, because of course he was in his position, but at least he had his head in the right direction, and he's now in the right direction. Meanwhile, Benny, all of a sudden he's in Vegas. For what reason? He's there more than he is at home with his woman. What? So you want her to support him when he's not even supporting his own family? Process that. You want her to support his dream when he's not even supporting his family. Process that. I can tell you one more time if you want, you moron. Sparkles ain't even a word. He's looking more like a over-exaggerated Barney. Maybe that's just the UK. Barney, is he a dinosaur? Yeah, he thinks Barney, right? The purple thing. I don't know if that's American as well. But yeah, as I look at him, I'm thinking, I look like an over-exaggerated Barney. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's continue with his Power Ranger looking self, looking like he just come off a cereal box. Anyway, I'll just continue.
You know that ain't gonna work. Their energy ain't gonna work.
Jibri, don't put your mouth in their relationship. Let's take positive.
My opinion. My opinion don't matter. Don't listen to me. I think they're gonna last. You're gonna last. Y'all gonna last. Y'all gonna last. Y'all ain't gonna last. Y'all ain't gonna last. I'll just give y'all my.
So because Shahida decided to actually speak up, he's now targeting Shahida and Bilal. Wow.
Honest opinion.
You don't think Bilal and Shahida are gonna last?
They're not gonna work out.
Oh, my bad. I don't think I showed this part. But by the way, the reason why John is no longer there is because when they went into the backstage, Jibri said he wasn't coming back on stage unless John wasn't there anymore. He doesn't want to be in the same room as John in case things escalate, which basically means that he's basically shit scared of John right now. That's why John isn't here, by the way. If John didn't leave, he's there because Jibri asked for him to be removed. So this is the guy I said. So like John said, he can talk the talk, but he can't take it. And we've seen that whenever he's popped up in our videos here, when he's made comments, he's spoken, he's talked the talk. Me, myself, or any one of you viewers have told him what's good. What's happened is flee the scene. Bumperclot. Waste, man. Anyway, let's continue.
I hope they do, but I don't think they will. My gut's usually right.
Ooh. Coming up, I kind of like the freedom of like, oh yeah, I'm married, but I'm doing my own thing.
Does your version of marriage align with Benny's version? And later, let me ask Miona.
Benny is all in it for himself. I've been saying it since day one, and I'm saying it still this day. But Jibri, the genius, can't seem to see that. About supporting. Supporting for what? He's not supporting his family. Does he even have his green card yet? Does he even have a job yet? But hold on a minute, even if he has got a green card, and even if he has got a job yet, what's he doing with the money? Oh yeah, using it to become what? A fighter. But you got a kid at home. You got a wife at home. Who's been supporting you since for how long? And her family's been supporting you as well. But okay.
Agree of everybody here, you think the two that won't last are Ari and Benny and Bilal and Shahida?
No, I think they have a better chance if she can stop being so jealous and possessive, and they got a kid together.
You think that they have the least
amount of chance? Absolutely.
Bilal?
I tend not to speak about what I don't know.
Okay.
Well, at least I'm aggressive and not passive aggressive.
Hey, you could be whatever aggressive you need.
So many things that would be great for him in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I know. I do get that. I do agree. I mean, I agree. When he first told me, I was like, okay, so you could live out there like most, like, you know, and you could come like back and see me and stuff and not me. And he's like, no. I kind of like the freedom of like, oh yeah, I'm married, but I'm doing my own thing.
Does your version of marriage align with Benny's version?
Like, he has been the one who's like teaching me, like, this is what commitment is, this is what being together is. So I love that. On the other hand, there's still a part of me that's like, oh my God, being, you know, I want to run away screaming because it's like scary to be in a committed relationship. And it's scary because I do love Vinny. And like when I get crazy, like trying to spar with MMA fighters in gyms, it's because I actually care about him. Like if I didn't care about him, I wouldn't even react.
All right, I want to switch gears. Have you traveled to Ethiopia recently?
Yeah, I was in Ethiopia for 3 months.
3 months?
Yeah.
What were you doing there for 3 months?
So I was helping with some of the camps for displaced people because there's a war in Ethiopia. So I was raising money and I helped deliver food and supplies to one of the camps there.
Wow.
Jibri, do you have anything to say? You don't want to say anything? Say anything right now? Oh, okay. So you don't want to praise anything, like Shada said. Shada said, are you not going to say anything positive in Ari's direction? Hopefully when I play the video, when I play the button, he's going to say something. Because right now he ain't me saying nothing. He's a bully. And he wants to talk about how John was bullying Thias. Get the hell out of here, man, you hypocrite.
Did you take Avi with you?
I did. I wanted Avi to see friends and family in Ethiopia as well. And I didn't expect to stay for 3 months. It got for long. Honestly, I think it was good for us to have a break from each other for a little while. Like, I like to, like, I don't know, I'm overwhelming and, you know, you're annoying, I love you. But it was good to get away from each other for a little bit.
How did you feel being away from Avi for 3 months?
It's very hard because when she left it, I know she leave him for a week. Like that's what I know. Even
you had no idea it was going to be for 3 months.
Yeah.
And what happened when you were in Ethiopia and Benny was back in the States? How did you guys do with your communication?
So I was nervous that I would have to go through the same like dramatic experience of like not being able to get in touch with him, and he would turn off his phone and he wouldn't communicate with me. So I was like, you know what? Let me just not deal with it. So I pulled a Benny on him. I just blocked him for a little bit, and then I
blocked his number?
Yeah, I blocked his phone number.
Okay, now Ari, you got upset when Benny did that to you. He blocked your number and you were furious.
Yeah.
Why was it okay for you to do that to him?
I don't think he even noticed, honestly.
But why would you block him? What's the message behind that?
Playing games.
No, I just, I was trying to lessen my control thing and checking on your WhatsApp. And I was like, you know what? I got to just be focused on Ari. So, like, let me just not. Yeah, it's odd.
Weird.
Yeah, that's odd.
That's weird.
And the fact that you were like, I don't think he noticed. I'm like, what? If you blocked me, are you joking? I would notice immediately.
The fact that she thinks that he would have noticed is a big red flag for their relationship. So that basically proves exactly what I'm trying to say. Benny's all about himself. That he wouldn't even bother to even check his phone. He wouldn't even bother to go to his phone to check to see if his son's okay. Because at the end of the day, if she's gonna do that, that's because of something that he has done. Yeah, yes, it is weird. But are any of you trying to ask the question of, but why? What has projected that? Benny's behavior. Honestly, Benny had one wife, he lost her completely, and a kid lost them both. Ari, I don't know why you're still here. You can do better than Benny. I don't know why people have this fascination that Benny can do better than Ari. Benny is he's a flat out user. Flat out user. He's now finally in the States. He has no excuse to not be able to be there for his family, but no, he's in Vegas instead. And then his own wife is saying that I blocked him knowing that he wouldn't even check the phone. That's a projection from somewhere that he has done. Don't be so blind, man. Come on. Don't mess about with me, man. Come on.
I was blocking him so I couldn't communicate with him. Right. And when I came back, and this is why our communication has gotten better, because when I came back, I actually was quiet for once.
But I do not agree with her blocking his number, though. Just putting it out. I'm just saying the reason behind it, I understand it, but I don't agree with it, though. It is a very stupid move.
And I like to talk. Yeah. And then I listened to you, and I got better.
Interesting approach.
I mean, I will talk to her like sometimes, but I don't know she's blocking me. Like I feel like
you didn't even know she had blocked.
Yeah, but when I call, it's not working. Maybe you
were like, okay, whatever.
The benefit of the doubt. I don't give him the benefit of the doubt.
Wow. So you consider it healthy to block him?
No, but it works.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but it worked. At least she was honest, man. At least she knows it wasn't a good idea, but there you go. But the fact that it worked is not a good thing, because it's a good thing on her bit. It's a good thing for her. She blocked him for a reason. It worked for her, which is good. But it's not good because he didn't even pay attention. That is the red flag. Well, no, there's many red flags, but whatever. We continue.
We'll hear more from Ari and Benny a little later. Now I want to speak with Jabri and Miona. Rather than have a proper wedding with their loved ones in attendance, they chose to elope, a decision that caused some major rifts with their friends and family. Wow, what a journey you two have been on. Have you finally found a place to settle?
We are living in the Palm Springs area at the moment. We are thinking about traveling more and maybe being part of the year outside of the U.S.
For Miona and I, we love adventure. Just hearing y'all's situation with the kids. Now, for both of y'all, I want kids, but we got some more adventures to go on.
So you guys are going to be nomads for a while,
Creative
right?
nomads. I'm appreciative that you're such an adventurous, sexy woman who's on this crazy adventure. I'm so glad that you jumped on this red carpet with me and we off in the sunset, baby. And I'm glad that you lived in South Dakota with me. I know that was probably not a good idea and it kind of backfired, but it was an experience, and I commend you for doing that.
You look at that whole experience in South Dakota as one that backfired.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it backfired as much as just Miona just wasn't, she wasn't feeling the Black Hills, South Dakota the way I thought she was. Yeah. And then, me living with my mom and my dad up in the house, like, it was too much.
Yeah, we should have never done that.
Straight to LA, and that's what we should have done. I should have listened to you. So, you're right.
Well, Jabri and Miona spent most of their time before the wedding living with Jabri's parents. That gave Jabri's parents plenty of opportunities to observe Jabri and Miona's relationship and to question whether Jabri was making the right decision to marry her. Here's a look back at how they expressed those concerns to him.
I've been in the U.S. for a few weeks, and it's definitely not as comfortable.
I think it's little. If Miona chooses not to adjust the way that she dresses in a home, to me, that is a sign of a deeper issue of disrespect. Parents can generally tell when their child looks stressed. You're bubbly, excited, passionate about things, talking about wonderful things in the future, and you're not doing that as much. And it seems like you're not doing okay.
We don't see that you're happy. If you didn't have this 90-day, limit, that you have a year to decide if you're going to get married, the question I have is, would you really end up getting married at all?
I think part of what is
really keeping him in this decision to get married is concern about the blowback from Miona. That really pains me to say because I want to be optimistic, but that does not seem like it's going to be healthy in a marriage. I never imagined not being at your wedding. I never imagined that. It is going to break my heart.
Wow. Okay, so Jabri, your parents told you that they could not attend the wedding because they did not have enough time to plan around their work schedules. After seeing some of those conversations, do you really believe that was the reason they didn't come?
I mean, it hurts me to see that, but at the end of the day, they're parents. I'm a grown man. I'm 28 years old. But it did hurt.
Yeah.
I think it hurt us both, and I made multiple efforts to make them come there. I think they were maybe offended that I didn't want to have a big wedding how she imagined in South Dakota. I thought until the last moment that they're going to change the opinion, but that never happened.
You know, we invited your parents to participate in the tell-all, and they declined.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw them?
Since we left South Dakota, I haven't seen them. 6 months. It's been 6 months since I last saw my mom. Yeah.
Well, Jabri's parents weren't the only ones who disapproved of Jabri's relationship with Miona. His friend and bandmate, David, had quite a few issues as well. I'd like to bring him out right now. Please welcome David. Hi, David.
Hi, everyone. Man, it's quiet in here. What's going on?
Good to see you, David.
Good to see you.
You know, we saw some intense moments
Oh, yeah.
between you and Jabri this season. How are things between you guys now?
We always intense. We got that relationship. There's always tension, you know?
So there was tension in your relationship pre-Miona, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did her relationship with Jabri add to the tension?
Yeah, definitely. I think the most that added is the separation. You know, he kind of drifted away.
I had to put you and the band at a distance because I really felt like y'all was weighing me down. But when we went on tour, our momentum was so strong. And then I felt like I was leading the group, and I feel like you weren't really pulling your weight. Like you guys were just like a weight. And then when I met Miona, she didn't make me feel stressed. Like the band was giving me a lot of stress, and I was thinking like whole time myself, like man, I could just be doing my solo thing, and then I could be with this beautiful woman, and then travel the world. You get what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, when you felt like band was stressful, you were the leader, you were putting a lot in, and me and Brandy were weighing you down. That's when you say exactly what you just said. You say those things. You say, hey, I feel like you're weighing me down. I think the way it happened is what hurt me more than anything else. You know, I didn't know you got engaged. None of us knew. It just happened on Instagram, you know? I didn't even know they got married. Yeah.
You wouldn't have came either. You wouldn't have come either.
You never invited me.
I know, but had I have invited you, something would have came up. You busy.
I'm going to 2 weddings this year.
Right.
2 weddings.
No, not mine.
Why?
That's
Why
what I'm trying to say,
would
bro.
you even invite me? That's crazy. I want to be part of your life. You know, the more you're separating me, you know what I'm saying, the more you're like pushing away, it makes it feel like I'm more distant from Miona. Bring her in. Let's get to know each other.
When we met her, bro, originally, you was never supported from the beginning.
Never. You like built up a wall and you just hid her from us.
But that's my frustration when there's people that are from the outside looking in, but you're not giving me no solution. So what's your
You haven't
solution?
asked for help. Do you know?
I'm asking you now, David. What's the solution from this point forward? This is my wife. This ain't my girlfriend no more. You know what I'm saying?
She rubbed me the wrong way, and I was honest about it.
Ooh.
Man, that's some
Where's Jabri going?
You don't want to pick up a call. You don't.
Remember what I said? John isn't there because he asked for John to remove. Because he didn't want John in the room because he can't handle the backlash. But John even said it himself. He can give it, but he can't take it. He's now in the same situation with his bestie, David, his boyfriend. And look what's happening. He's walking away. Coward. Loves to talk the freaking talk, but can't handle it when he's back. I hate people like him, man. Honestly, people like him get on my freaking nerves. Those are the people that shouldn't be around me in any kind of capacity. Anyway, let's keep moving with this hypocritical fool.
I don't want to talk to nobody, and all of a sudden you want to play the nice guy or whatever that is. This is some bull, man, honestly.
What's going on, guys? Like, why?
It's cool. I just need like a little second. Like, bro, you see me on it? You seen me on it? You seen what I've been doing with me on it? Be happy for me. You know what I'm saying? Be happy for me. He's just jealous. That's really what it comes down to. He's jealous. He see me. He see what I'm doing. But you don't make no effort towards anything. And then you come in here and act like you nice and everything's all handy. Like, we haven't talked in 3 months, bro. Like, this is some bull, bro. That's bull. And you're being jealous. And that's just really what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. Is I'm not happy for you.
Jabri?
I just want to have my friends and family support me. If you pull up tomorrow, bro, and you know me, if you pull up tomorrow and you say, Jabri, I just won the lottery, I'm going to be happy for you, brother.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I feel like when I got with Miona, you wasn't necessarily happy, bro. You was just literally looking at our situation like, it must be nice.
Like, I want to be part of getting to know Miona and part of your guys' happiness. You wasn't confirmed. You was just like, whatever, and just elope.
Let me ask, Miona, do you feel responsible for breaking the group up? No, I did not feel responsible. There was something maybe in the background from the past that came out now, like he was saying, that he was feeling that way, and maybe him being in a relationship with me brought that to light. But I think it would happen with or without me at some point. I want to know, though, from our couples, does anyone think that Jabri isolated himself from the people that loved him, like David, like his parents? Does anyone feel that way?
Yeah, I mean, 100% is Miona. If Miona wasn't in the picture, he's going to stick with his band. Miona, he didn't isolate himself with Miona because...
But there would be some other Miona.
Sorry?
If it wasn't this Miona.
If it was not this Miona, there would have been another Miona.
Yes.
But we made a commitment, Jabri.
So you think Jabri broke a promise?
No, I don't think he broke it.
He broke a promise.
Yeah, 6 months into it. You know, right when we were like at the peak. You know, and then he just broke it and made another commitment, which is, that's what I'm saying, with no communication.
So Jabri, what?
I mean, I didn't follow through.
Like, I just feel like you need to do your thing, but maybe the future will hold something different for us. But right now, Jabri's all over the place for us to be together, you know?
Jabri's a scumbag. He's a scumbag. Scumbag. Scumbag.
So is this friendship over right now, or can it be salvaged?
You can't be friends with someone who doesn't want who refuses to look in the mirror and blame themselves. Remember that. Remove yourself from anyone who can never look in the mirror and hold themselves accountable. Those are the most toxic people you can ever come around. One of the most narcissistic people you can ever come around. Pointless people. Remove yourself. Red flags. Trigger.
I think we just gotta give it some time.
At some point, you just gotta say, "Bro, I'm wrong. I'm wrong."
Jabri, yes, we know you are wrong. I mean, arguably you're both wrong, but you can't ask him to say he's wrong if you're not going to do the same thing. It's not rocket science, but hey, you don't know what accountability is, do you?
What you're saying is you want me to say that I was wrong about Miona? Is that what you
want? I want you to say you're wrong about Miona. I want you to say, Jabri, I appreciate you as a friend. You taught me a lot. I've taught you a lot. And just like that, like I can sit here and say, you changed my life. You changed my life. I learned the language because of you. I did this. Thank you. It's gratitude. It's those words. Thank you. I appreciate you. Empathy. I don't know why you don't have that.
I do that many different ways. You call me at any moment for anything. I'm there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you changed my life too, in many ways. And maybe I was wrong about Miona. Maybe I was wrong about Miona. I feel like she's proven different, you know?
Sorry.
Thank you, man.
Okay. You guys have a very, very long history. There's a lot of backstory here. And so hopefully this is the starting point of a better relationship between the two of you. David, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
Wow. I didn't expect that. But I feel like maybe after this, like, David and Jabri talk and maybe can move past this. Hopefully it does end up causing something good.
Especially after this long of a relationship and friendship.
I don't think the band's getting back together. It's just not his life now. His life is her, and, like, you can tell, like, he's super defensive. Like, he almost knows, like, he abandoned his band. So he's, like, manipulating it to where it's still not his fault that he left.
Or Miona's fault.
Right.
I called her Gono.
And they are the Beatles.
Coming up, Lisa and David, I gotta ask you guys something. Emily and Kobe said after having their second child wreaks havoc on the sex life. Oh, God. With a house full, how is it for your sex life?
Oh, my God.
And later.
There has to be a point where you
want to speak to two people who have had an up-close and personal view of your relationship. Please welcome Emily's mom, Lisa, and her dad, David, connecting remotely from their home in Kansas.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Lisa. Hi, David. How are you?
Hi.
Okay, now, is everybody still living together?
Yeah.
Everybody's still together?
Yeah, we're all there.
Okay, David, are you getting rent from your children?
That's a good question.
Oh, yeah, but wait, we do buy, like, the groceries, you know, like, I cook, he takes care of the animals, I clean the house, you know, like, it's a group effort.
David, you said you were worried that you would be supporting everyone in 6 months. Those were the words that you used. Is that what happened?
That's more like a year.
Oh, shit. So even though Kobe's working now, they're still living at Emily's parents' house. Oh, shit. I was going to say that I'm not judging anyone, but that would be a lie because it'd be contradictory to what I'm about to say next. So I guess I am judging, to be fair, I'm not about to contradict myself. But anyone that is over the age of 25 and is still living at home with their parents, I'm judging you. You know, one of the worst thing is, right, when you go on the dating scene, is matching up with someone that is, like, for example, I'm 3-0, right? Matching up with someone, right, that is like 28, 30, 35, I mean, 32, something like that, right? Around those vicinities, right? Anyone that's 28 and over, And you say to them, oh, so do you drive? Nah, I don't drive. Okay, that's cool. It's cool. I know everybody wants to drive. No. Also, what do you do? Do you live by yourself? What's going on? No. I still live home with my mom and dad, or I live at home with my grandparents. I'm just like, well, okay, well, that's a wrap, isn't it? Because you want me to be your taxi. You want me to come and pick you up all the time. And you also want me to pick up to come to mine. Then I'm going to drop you off home as well. I know the thing is Uber like that, but there's enough people out here who'll be like, oh, but can you pay my Uber too? You know them ones. It doesn't. It tells me that ambition isn't your thing. Anyway, let's get to the point here, though. So with Kobe and Emily, it is. I'm not going to put this on Kobe, to be honest with you, because again, he's still new to the country. He's probably not been working for that long. It takes time to earn some money. I get it, but it's embarrassing that he actually met a woman that was still living at home with her parents, to be honest with you. And she's more than happy to be a stay-at-home mom. But then I realized she's not even a stay-at-home mom because she's staying at her parents' house. That is... oh, this is hurting my brain. Like, you're not even a stay-at-home mom, though. Like, it doesn't make sense. You're living at your parents' house. It's kind of weird when you are a stay-at-home mom, but then you're not, because it feels like as if, like, maybe... Because Emily said that she's a stay-at-home mom, something that she's always wanted. But your mom, you're at your parents' house. I don't understand. So what happens? So Kobe goes to work, dad goes to work, and then you and your mom do what? Sorry, man, this is hurting my brain. What kind of stupidity is this, man? Like, me.
Not like a year, and I think they've got a time frame in mind, so we'll work with them. Whatever.
For their own relationship, they need to move on. I mean, at some point they need to move on.
They need to go. They need to go.
They gotta go for their own good.
Yeah. Lisa and David, I gotta ask you guys something. Emily and Kobe said, after having their second child, it wreaks havoc on the sex life. There's no intimacy. I gotta ask you two, with a house full, how is it for your sex life?
Oh my God.
Our house is soundproof.
Got a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Got a lot going on. Okay. Emily and Kobe butted heads quite a lot over their son, Coben, especially when it came to breastfeeding. Let's take a look back at their co-parenting dynamic.
Hey, is this really happening?
What, me humping right here in the living room?
This is not normal. I'm sorry to say this, but you're talking about my son, okay?
Our son.
Our son. She's gonna be my wife, and we make love, and I have to suck her breast, because I love breast, to be honest, right? So I can't be sharing breast with my son.
Not sharing breast with your son?
I mean,
Kobe?
Coben was big enough. To be honest, he was big enough. I mean, to start managing his own affairs. That became mine. You know what I mean?
My boy was raised differently in Africa. My boy was raised.
Yeah,
he had to manage his own affairs at the age of 3 years old.
Okay, did you think Coben was too old to be breastfed?
I mean, he didn't need that to survive.
No.
You don't need that to survive.
You don't need that either.
I just want to say that I think in this country, we need to really normalize breastfeeding. And the fact that men find breast pleasurable is a bonus. But the fact is, they're there to feed our children. That should be the priority.
Kobe, listen to mama.
Yeah.
Go ahead, mama.
Go ahead, Moms, yeah.
Go ahead, mama. Kobe, listen to mama.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do.
Oh, you would be here. The baby would be here.
Oh, there you go. Thais, just see, Kobe.
You got two.
You got two.
Yeah, I don't see a problem, Sherry.
Who thinks Coben is too old to be breastfed? How old was 17 months?
17 months.
17 months. Is that too old to breastfeed?
I mean, obviously 2.5. I still give him my boob just even as a pacifier just to soothe him. So,
and how old?
2.5.
2.5
I'm the
years.
one I give it to him. Like for me, in my culture, more than anything, even food is breastfeeding is very important for the kid.
Yeah. What do you know what Kobe means by sharing breast with his son?
Kobe, I mean, like if I did Kobe, like I would be selfish. Just I would think about it just for myself.
Also, you know what? I just want to point out that Jabri was just bullying Vinny and saying, making fun of the fact that it's his second language.
Okay, so
you were talking about bullying. Do not bully him. Vinny was like having trouble getting out his words. It's not his first language. He's doing really well, and I'm really proud of him.
I'm talking about two guys talking about sharing boobs.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It just seemed like it wasn't. I don't know. It seemed to me that it was bullying just because he was talking about bullying. I was more concerned about how you're treating Vinny.
I want to go back to David and Lisa. Before we let you guys go, David, I wanted to ask you, we saw you hand Kobe something right before the wedding ceremony, and you told him it was his job now. What did you give him?
That was something personal. I don't know if Kobe wants to share that or not.
Coming up, I'm really going to push you on this, Vinny, because your sisters suggested that you marry Ari no matter what, just get your green card.
That was super distasteful to disrespect the mother of his son.
If you don't put your foot down, they're going to keep going because they see that you don't put any limit.
David, I wanted to ask you, we saw you hand Kobe something right before the wedding ceremony, and you told him it was his job now.
Well, you the first letter you sent me with asking permission. Yeah. And you remember my response?
I remember.
All right, well, here, I'm going to give you this.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much, sir.
I appreciate it much.
All right, man. All right, look at this.
Did you give him?
That was something personal. I don't know if Kobe wants to share that or not.
I don't want to.
Okay, well, it was something that meant a lot to me. I think it meant a lot to Kobe. And it was kind of like, you're taking over, care of my daughter. And it meant a lot to me. I hope it meant a lot to Kobe.
Oh, respect.
Yeah. Don't start crying.
Lisa, do you know what David gave Kobe?
I do.
Okay. And you know Emily?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll be just between the four of you guys.
We'll leave it at that.
Lisa and David, we want to thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. Please take care. You've been great.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Bye. Love you.
Bye, guys. Have fun.
Emily and Kobe, we know you have had some major obstacles parenting Coben. Let's hope things go more smoothly when it comes to Scarlett. We wish you both the best of luck.
Thank you.
There is still so much more to talk about. We'll be right back after the break. Okay? All right. Okay, guys.
Thank you so much. You don't have to buy it because I'm going to go. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Hi. How are you?
How are you?
Hi.
I'm a handshaker.
Okay.
He's a hugger. I'm a hugger.
He doesn't like being touched, so I understand.
I don't like being touched.
You heard me 5 times 8 months, so you know what I mean? Love a hug.
Whenever you get overwhelmed by having 2 such little kids, I had 4 under 4 by myself.
What? 4 under 4?
I had a 4-year-old and I had triplets.
Yeah, triplets?
Yeah, my daughter's triplets.
This is my friend.
I didn't know they were triplets.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I get overwhelmed.
You're letting Kobe now do some right.
Yeah, now.
So we've been around the block a couple of times and done a few tell-alls. Y'all know it's your first tell-all. Is it what you expected?
Well, I was waiting for bullets to fly my way. And I don't think anyone wants to attack me because I feel like I got some...
It's not over yet.
It's not over
She's a
yet.
new mommy, so a lot of people might be
You know
feeling crazy. But
Yeah.
give us a tea, though. Who got under your skin?
Who got under my skin? I feel like Jabri didn't make any sense. Like, why did he attack John? He was going after
Poor
John.
John.
The moment he came out, he's like, you're an alcoholic, you're wasted right now. I'm like, okay, shut up for one. It's too intense.
Who did you connect with today?
So why didn't you voice that then, genius? But then again, I understand some people just want to stay out of other people's way. But you should have voiced it anyway. He was voicing it now. But anyway, we continue.
I don't know. I feel like, Kara and Thais, like, they're both pregnant too. So I feel like, oh my gosh, we have that connection. Like, come to me for the mom advice.
Who did you see that you were like blown away by? Like, you don't look anything like I thought you did from TV.
Ari.
Ari.
I did not know she was.
I
didn't know she was so tiny.
Yeah, she's
so
little.
tiny.
She's so big too. He's
Yeah.
small too.
They gotta go. We're gonna get her in trouble. They're
Okay,
going,
thanks
so we
so
gotta
much.
range.
Yeah.
Let's go down.
And I'm gonna pound it. Pound it.
Found
All
it.
right.
Okay.
We're back with 90 Day Fiancé, the couples tell all. All right, I want to dive back in with Ari and Benny. 2 of the most important people in Biniam's family are his sisters, Mimi and Wish. They have always had a difficult relationship with Ari, and the bad blood reached a whole new level when Ari and Biniam revealed that they were officially leaving Ethiopia with Avi. Let's rewatch that intense moment.
I'm happy that I'm not going to see you guys anymore. And you know what? I'm not going to marry you guys. I'm marrying Biniam.
It's crazy.
Ow, that burn. Jeez.
Oh, gee.
Oh my God, I've never gotten alcohol to the right face before. That's a new experience.
እንዴት ናችሁ? ሌላው ነገር ደግሞ እስቲ እናንተም ከሷ ጋር ያላችሁ ነገር ወደፊት ጥሩ ነገር ይኖራል ብዬ አስባለሁ። ምናልባት እሷ አሁን የምታስበው ነገር ትንሽ ለምን ወይን ደፉብኝ ምናምን
ነገር እየቆያ ስታራፍ መሰለኝ የተደፋባት።
እሺ እሱስ ነው ጋር ያለው። ሌላው ደግሞ በዚህ በ90 ቀን ውስጥ ከአሪ ጋር መፈራረም አለብኝ፣ መጋባት አለብኝ። እሱንም ምናልባት ነገሮች ተባብሶ አይታወቅም። ነገሮች ተባብሶ ማንጋባም ከሆነ እኔም ወደ ሀገሬ መምጣት አለብኝ። ወደ ሀገሬም ስመጣ አቢንም ትቼው ነው የምመጣው።
ብቻዋንም ልጁ መያዝ አንችልም። ስለዚህ ተራራሪ ብላትና ፈቃደኛ ከሆነች አንተ ማስቀረት ትችላለህ። ለአቢ ስትል
Me and Ari, our relationship, I hope we can fix it. And I don't know. So that's why my sister says, at least even if it's not working this relationship, Ari, at least she can help you above a green card. I like that idea to protect me.
Oh, no. Like, that's your wife, the mother of your child. You didn't say anything when the wine happened. You're laughing with them on the video call. It's like, where's the line? Like, where are you going to say, hey, you have to respect my wife?
In the movement, I don't want to make more worse, if I'm saying that, why you do that, like something like that, I want to make it worse, like.
Okay, in the moment, yeah. But then afterwards, I'm really going to push you on this, Benny, because, I just saw the women here. They could not believe when you were on the phone kind of laughing. Shadi, what did you think?
I think it was the first wine. I actually waited to come to the tell-all to say that was super distasteful. Like, they had no right to disrespect the mother of his son.
I did not like that.
I hated that part. Like, I wanted to cry for you. I feel for you.
I wanted to fight
and when I saw you, like, laughing, like, you have to create boundaries. Like, I know they're your sisters. That's your wife.
I know, just in the moment, I'm more
like, I don't want my family just broke up with my wife. There is a relationship. That's what I want, you know? Just, I don't want to be like, why you do that? Like, something you have to respect me. Like, I can do that. Just like.
Benny. You're full of shit.
That, you know, like my family protect him, like overprotect him.
Sweetie, I'm getting all that. They protected you. But there have to be a point where you say, sisters, I love you guys, but listen, you cannot disrespect my wife.
We'd never see his sister again if he potentially had it. If he do that to me, he would need to cut that off immediately. Exactly. Aggressive? No.
Maybe he felt that.
Listen, you said that you won, then to get quiet. But if you don't put your foot down, they're gonna keep going because they see that you don't put any limit.
They were disrespectful on all degrees.
We were not there.
No one deserved to have a wine thrown at their face. They could have handled that situation differently. Like, I feel for her.
She wasn't wrong. She said, I'm marrying him, not you.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
Like,
were you okay with how he handled it? Like, do you wish you would have said something like in the moment?
I was mad at Vinny, like, at the moment that I was thinking, like, oh, like, after the shock where I was like, oh, you didn't do anything. And I'm not saying that you're right and how you handle it, but I'm understanding why you do certain things. Is like, I know Vinny feels stuck so many times, like, inside. He wants to say something and he can't get it out. So I know it's really hard. At some point, yeah, you have to just get over it and express yourself. But I mean, I do sympathize with that issue.
But he could have said something to his sister in his own freaking language. He's not going to get stuck saying what he needs to say in his own language, is he now, to his sister? So that's what he could have done. Don't cover up for him. Don't do that.
You were like, oh, come say bye to my sisters. After they just threw wine on her, I was like, don't ask me to do that.
I know what she's feeling. Even I feel inside like so bad because I love her. You know, she's my wife. I don't want my family to respect her. Of course.
Did they apologize?
No.
Your sisters suggested that you marry Ari no matter what, just to get your green card. Did you ever realistically think about doing that?
You know, I have a baby, like 100% in the middle between us. Like, if he's not like my son, if he's not born, me and Ari maybe we're not together.
Benny, you're saying if Avi was not in the picture,
because we
Ari would never marry? Benny, you're saying if Avi was not in the picture,
because
Ari would never marry?
No. Me and her, we have bad communication. We doesn't listen to each other. Like, you know, every time we're fighting. But when his Avi is coming, both of them we consult raise as a baby.
Yeah, like, it's like, I think we've always really, I mean, I've always really loved you, and I think, you know, you really love me. But the relationship is really hard. And so because we really love each other, we go through it. But I'm not going to lie and say it's easy.
This is the first time I think Benny has admitted that you two would not be married.
Maybe not be married.
Sounds like a high probability, though.
Green card. Maybe without Avi, you guys won't be where you are right now.
Yeah.
So Avi brought you together, and now you guys are together because you love each other.
Yeah.
Well, and I think we always loved each other, but we just was never going to be easy because we're just totally opposite people.
So when Avi's an adult, you guys are staying together?
I'm working so hard for this relationship. Like, before she doesn't understand me. She doesn't give me time for talking. Now she's much better.
Like, even at the end of the day or tomorrow or whenever, if we were not together, I'm so grateful to you because you taught me about patience and commitment and about God and about so many things. Like, because of you, I'm a better person. And because of you, I have Avi. So I love you for that.
All right, Ariella and Benny, thank you for your openness and your honesty today. We are excited to see what happens in the future for you. All right, well, we've come to the end of this tell-all. It has been emotional with difficult conversations and surprising revelations, but we appreciate you opening up for us, and we wish you nothing but the very best in the future. Have a good night.
So carry on, please.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Great job.
Thank you, Sean.
We made it. Part of another awesome tell-all, man.
Absolutely. I'm so happy we were a part of it.
Yeah, dude. This tell-all had it all, Kenny. Tears, drama, and more pregnancies than I can count.
Babies. Yes. Sean did amazing again. She always
Congratulations, Sean.
She always performs. She always brings it. Love it.
Man. That's a wrap for 90 Day Season 9. Can you believe it?
That's a lot.
We're getting double digits with 90 Day Fiancé, dude. Can you believe that?
This season, not disappointing. We laughed, we cried. We saw Benny choke somebody out.
Yep.
I hope they never bring them back, to be fair. I don't know what the point was of those two. But it's actually not over yet because there's still a little bit more to go. So let's see what happens. So yeah, hold tight. Come on now.
You know, it's very shocking, raw, disappointing, saddening. He chose to spend his time focused on starting other relationships, engaging in activity a married man should not be engaging in.
I met that girl online. She was very nice. I thought we are friends. I'm speaking to this woman for, I think, 2 months. And then things started to get bigger. Eve saw my phone, and she saw text messages there, and that's how Eve knew.
I asked him if I could see his phone, and when that happened, I saw inappropriate things. I saw pictures and calls and put the pieces together.
I wanted to make that right. I texted these women. I told her, I am a married man. Please stop texting me anymore. I know I did wrong. All what I can do now is say sorry to my wife, and I promise her that will never happen again. I do love Eve, and she doesn't deserve that.
Well. Mohamed actually admits to cheating. So it was all true. It was never fake. Goddamn. I am disappointed. I was hoping it wasn't true, to be honest with you. Crazy, man. But to be honest with you, when I made the video that I made yesterday, it was very clear that Mohamed had checked out of the relationship. Like I said before, it was a case of where he was trying to begin with, but then eventually he was like, this ain't gonna work. I'm just gonna get my green card and be on my way. But it seems as if he's still looking to fight for the relationship between him and Eve. So who knows whether they're gonna, you know, be able to reconcile. But this is more proof to say that Eve was definitely pretending like everything was okay when she was posted on social media, when clearly it's not okay. But again, of course, maybe she was doing it due to the contract. Now the season's over, maybe we're gonna get a bit more out of Eve. Very unlikely, but we shall see. But hey, man, I would like to say all the best to them, but to be honest with you, they're not compatible regardless. So I really hope they do walk away and find better people for each other. That's just my opinion. But hey, let me know what you're thinking down below and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace.